So I know you guys like these pruning videos, and I'm a little overdue on pruning my grapes, so we're gonna head out right now. We're gonna get these things pruned up for you. Yeah, the bench is a mess, but what are you gonna do? So my tools of choice here are just these big loppers here. I always use these for the big, large branches. Makes it a lot easier than trying to hack away at large branches with these guys than with these guys. So I'm gonna go also grab my Corona shears here. This is my old pair that I don't have a clasp for anymore, and we'll get out there. So I already started on one of these grapevines the other day and got it pruned up. I love how these turn out. I decided to give it a really harsh trimming. Now you can compare that to this one right here, which is completely wild and overgrown here. I've been training them for a bunch of years now. That one doesn't look like it, but it will here shortly. This one is my favorite. This is a flame red, and it's a seedless variety. Really nice grape. I really enjoy them. They taste good. They fruit well in our area and ripen, although the grapes don't get really large in the Pacific Northwest here. Maybe in a warmer part of this area, but not in the area I'm in. But they're doing better and better every year as this gets more and more established. I think I've had this one in the ground for probably 7 or 8 years, I would imagine, something like that. And as you can see, these branches are starting to get pretty thick. Now, I wanted to cut this back to this post here, but my oldest daughter was out pruning with me, and she said, absolutely not, Dad. You leave it alone and keep it trailing. So hopefully I get some growth out of these buds right here, or these bud sites, or knuckles, or whatever we want to call them here. And we'll be able to just kind of, actually I think I want to continue it down under and around, and we'll twist them through, kind of like we did on the other side here. You can see how that's kind of twisting around the wood there. Anyway, let's get after this and see what we can do. All right, so there's the first part of it. They start looking really nice, cleaned up. I'm gonna have to tie this branch up a little bit so that, just kind of like I did this one, so it's twisting around the other side of that post. But let's head back inside here. There's all the chickens. We'll see what we can do on this side. So there they are, both of them done. This is the one I just finished up here, and there's only a few things I might do differently. I'm still kind of mulling it over in my head here, but I really like the look of a single stem coming up, one stalk, one thick stalk, and then feeding top branches that go along there. I don't so much care for what I did here. I'm not sure why I did it this way, but I did it a few years ago. I don't like the 3 branches coming off real low, so I might cut off these 2 completely and just leave the one thick stalk. And then when this summer new growth comes out up here, just kind of train it to go along here. I think this one I may eventually cut it off at that post and just keep it right in this area here. But These grapes are getting better and better each year as these grapevines develop and the stalks get thicker. The grapes get bigger each year and they get sweeter and just taste better. My favorite are the Flame Red. This is Remaily White. We actually bought this one for my youngest Emily and this one for my oldest Allie, so we keep both of them here. That's their favorites respectively, but I really like the Flame Red. It's a sweeter grape, and I don't know, I just like it. But there it is. They both look really great. It's probably, I'm going to be looking at a lot of green growth this year. I don't think I'm going to get grapes this year, but they really need to get pruned back because they were an absolute mess and would have taken over the house before long. But really neat, cool looking grapevines. I love how these things grow just all crazy. At some point I may take this metal fencing out. I'm thinking about doing that, but it's there right now to keep animals out, like deer really mainly is the big thing. But as we change things around here, I may take that fencing out at some point. And just for fun, and because I triggered so many people last time in that video about plant propagation for grapes, you guys can go check out a link down in the description or up above or wherever I've got it. I did a video about grape propagation and ended up just tossing those, and a lot of people got upset. But I'm going to do this again. These are all Flame Red grapes. I'm not doing anything special this time with this project. I just literally got a bunch of bark here, put it in a pot, cut the vines up, and stuck them. I did dip them in a little rooting hormone before I stuck them. Doesn't matter what type of rooting hormone. These things will root pretty readily. Today is April 1st, April Fool's Day. So we'll give this a little bit of time and see what happens. These guys should root just fine, I would assume. Nothing's come out of dormancy yet, and we've got the spring to start warming up and putting on some nice little growth down under that soil. So we'll see what happens, and I'll come back and show you guys when something has happened on that one. So I think I'm going to end this one here if I can ever get serious about this again and get myself together and start posting videos. We'll come back out and check out these grapes later on this summer, see how they've developed, and if we want to retrain things in different directions or prune other areas, we'll kind of figure that out as we go. We got nothing but time. We've got some nice thick heavy stalks. They're going to put on a ton of growth. I'm sure there's just going to be buds popping out of every little spot on them trunks and new green growth just blasting out of there all over. And it'll be robust because I pruned it back so hard. And I probably am not going to get grapes this year, but it'll give us something to work with and train and get the way we want it to be. And then next year we'll get more grapes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to follow along and see more fantastic videos. Mike just has to get his act together. And we'll hopefully see you in the next video. Adios.